Hello and welcome to Simudan, and welcome today to a Flight Simulator 2020 video. So today I'm going to be flying from here, which is London City Airport, and I'm going to be flying to Norwich. This is part of the Fly UK tour, circular tour that will bring us back here eventually. And as you can see, I'm in Topper Sky liveries, which is one of the franchises from Fly UK, which is a virtual airline. I'll link the airline down below, and you can check it out. So, cold and dark start. Let's bring up a checklist, and we can get going. Right, fuel selector. We want both of them. Pick item. Engine ignition on. Power lever. Okay, I don't really need internet right now, thanks. I'm sure that should be at idle anyway. Oh, there we go, that's roughly at idle. Pick that one, prop RPM to maximum. Pick that one, starting engine, battery switch, on, beacon, on, avionics switch, which is down here somewhere, on, fuel boost, there's probably tick items to go, that's on, fuel boost, on, starter.
TOS system test, okay.
Now I can see the propeller start. Fuel lever to that one. Low idle. Did we just turn that off? Nope, we're good. Starter. Let's get a closer look, shall we? Off. Fuel boost. Norm. Avionic number 2 switch on. Right. So, now then, we should be ready to start. So we want to tune to the ATIS and find out. So we want to find out which runway we're on. So I've gone for clear weather just to make this decent enough. So runway 27 is in use. Right. So I want to request a taxi. And I want to go. So if runway 27 is going to take me that way, I will need. Well, I want a northbound departure.
City ground Cessna Golf, Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike with Sierra request taxi for takeoff north departure.
Cessna Golf, Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike taxi to and hold short of runway 09er using taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 118.08 when ready.
Okay, let's acknowledge that.
Runway 09er using taxiway Alpha Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike.
Right, we want ground services.
City ground Cessna Golf.
So,
Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike requesting pushback.
Cessna Golf, Uniform Zulu Hotel
so technically
Mike
I should be
pushback
using
request
my Fly UK call sign here. But I'm not, because I didn't set that up in the simulator, but it doesn't matter too much because I'm not on flight. I'm not on VATSIM or anything like that. Right, let's go outside and we can actually watch this. Right, so we want to be taxiing as far down there as we possibly can. Right, is that car or van going to get out of the way? Right, I think I've got my brake off. Soon find out. No, they're not going to get out of the way. I'm just going to go straight through them. So we want to push back to the right, please.
City ground Cessna Golf. Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the right.
Cessna Golf, Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
So in theory I should have actually been pushed back before I started the engine, but hey ho.
Cessna Golf, Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike, request to end pushback received.
Right. So now we want our nav lights on. We want seatbelt signs. Oh, is it not? Don't need cabin lights. Don't need taxi lights on. Right, and now we need to taxi along here to runway 27, I believe it was that we were cleared for. Oh no, hold short 09, which is right there, so give it a little bit of power. This is not how to taxi. Right, we will stop here. So we are now holding short. Cool, right. Tune tower, and I could do this all through here, but I'm not going to. Where's takeoff?
City Tower Cessna Golf. Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike ready at runway 09er departure to the north.
Cessna Golf. Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike altimeter 29er.9er2 phoneme alphabet equals X Microsoft UPSPH equals WIHND wind/phoneme 270 at tree. Departure to the north.
Right, let's have a bit of flap.
Cleared for takeoff runway 09er.
Okay, let's acknowledge
Cleared
that.
for takeoff runway 09er Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike.
So this is actually a this leg of the tour I've actually already done and logged as flight hours with Fly UK. So turn. As you can see, taxiing is not my forte. Right, let's get her going, shall we? I think I should have probably put the propeller into a higher position, but we'll go with it now. There we go, off the ground. Twitchy. And we're clear for a north departure.
Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike, continue for north departure.
On a north departure. So, nice little view over London there. Over there you can see the dome and the shard in the background. Okay.
City Tower Cessna
Whoa,
Golf.
going
Uniform Zulu
way,
Hotel Mike
way too
frequency
high.
change.
Right, so I'm going to aim for... Hang on. I've gone completely the wrong way. I'm supposed to be heading north. So we'll cross back over the Thames here, and then you should be good to go. So, as you can see, flying the Cessna Caravan today. In fact, I haven't set all my lights up all that well.
Cessna Zulu Hotel, Mike, acknowledge last transmission.
Oh, sure.
Squawk 7656 Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike.
Cessna Zulu
Got my
Hotel, Mike, radar
strobes
contact
on,
2 miles
beacon
east of
on,
London City, 2000
want that off, and we're below.
Altimeter 29.902.
Right.
Roger Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike.
So we want heading. For now, let's go for about 6 degrees. Heading on. Autopilot on, and it should now follow that direction. Right, let's go for 4,000. I'll keep climbing on my own. 4,500 feet-ish will do. Right, we're there. Altitude, hold on. Nice. So now we should be free to have a look around, and the plane should fairly well take care of itself. Let's lift those flaps. Should have done that a while back. The only thing I'm going to have to do is watch my own speed. Let's get rid of that ATC. Yeah, as you can see the landmarks of London in the far off distance there. So it's been a while since I've done any flight simulator videos, or particularly Microsoft Flight Simulator, and that is solely because, well, essentially the simulator stopped working for me. I've just had to do a reinstall, put it off for a long time because we all know how long it takes. So recently did a reinstall, and yeah, now back to creating content for Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is exciting. Right, engine condition. We want a low idle. Propeller condition. Let's turn that down a bit because the oxygen up here is not so rich. Okay, so we want to start following this line.
Hotel Mike, contact Luton approach on 132.05. Good day.
Let's slowly adjust. I think we want to be around about there-ish.
Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike, please acknowledge.
Yeah, okay. Right, so I need to be handing off now.
132.05 Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike.
Now on Luton approach. Let's contact them,
Cessna Golf.
and we just want to do
Uniform
flight
Zulu
following.
Hotel Mike 4,500 feet.
Cessna Golf. Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike, Luton approach altimeter 29.902. Continue to Lima Alpha Mike as planned.
Okay. Great, they don't want any more than that from me. We can have a nice look around now. So, yeah, you can actually see the end of the Thames there. Just about work out the Isle of Sheppey on the end. So yeah, for those that don't understand what virtual airline is, I guess I should explain that. So virtual airline essentially is a community of simulation pilots that come together and run routes based on well, whatever the virtual airline has set up. And at least with Fly UK, you accrue hours over time, and the more hours you get, the different types of aircraft you can fly. So I'm what they call a Category D pilot. This one's actually a Category E aircraft, so I can fly anything in Category D or Category E. So I can fly a Airbus 320, which is obviously a step above this one. It's the airport down there. I don't know which airport that is. Is it EGSG? I don't know what EGSG is. Let's look it up. So EGSG is Stapleford. So, there you go. So yeah, I'm sort of working my way up through the ranks. To be honest, I don't think I want to fly anything bigger than an Airbus, and I actually enjoy this sort of plane a little bit better anyway, so I'm not overly fussed. But something that Fly UK do is a series of tours, and so this is part of one of those tours, and you can accrue your flight hours by going through the tour. Yeah, and it's brilliant. This will bring my flight hours up. There's 16 legs to this tour. Takes you all around the UK and back again. Let's just adjust my course slightly there. Yeah, it takes me all around the UK and then back to London again. Doesn't take in like the Scottish Islands or anything like that. There's a separate tour that does that. In fact, so Fly UK operates in terms of different franchises, so to speak. And one of those franchises is Highland Airways, or Highland Connect. That's the one. Which basically you fly planes around all the Scottish Islands, and there's Topper Skies, which is this one. Strangely, I'm allowed to use this livery and this plane. So the Cessna Caravan only operates on Topper, but it's actually a New Zealand/Australian area. So in theory, I shouldn't really have this in Britain, but I do. Because they allow me to use it on these flights, on the tour flights. So yeah, again, the tours, you have to be the right category for the right tour, because you have to be able to fly the correct type of aircraft on them. So this is a Category E tour. There are Category D tours where you can use Category E aircraft, but quite frankly, that kind of set up for the bigger and faster aircraft, so it wouldn't make a lot of sense. So yes, here we are travelling over the patchwork quilt that is Britain, and yeah, sort of jagged, odd-shaped fields, which is significantly different to the way that several other countries are set up. So for example, in the States, I know a lot of fields there are more square, and when you fly over the States in the simulator, you really get that sense. It's just like square, 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 and it goes on for miles. I have no idea how far some of those some of that farmland goes in the States, but my word, it's extensive. You feel like you've never actually crossed the forest some of the time. Right, we're drifting very marginally off course. So let's bring that back this way a little bit. We can probably get rid of the ATC for now as well. A little bit more. In theory, I could have set this for course, but then it will just follow this line then, and if I'm honest, it's kind of a little bit boring because you don't actually do a lot. At least this way I kind of get to adjust, but the beauty of it is I get to look around and not worry too much about whether I'm going to crash or not. Let's have a, those flaps are still down. Why are they still down? Let's have a look. They're remarkably down. That ain't right. Okay. Very real chance of me overspeeding now. Let's just keep an eye on my speed. Obviously went the wrong way with the flaps when I tried to retract them. So this isn't a direct route, I'm going VOR to VOR, which is a way of flying general aviation. This isn't necessarily a general aviation route, but still it's how I've sort of decided to do this. That's interesting, that's just turned around the other way. Would it start taking me back at this point maybe? Don't know. Maybe I've just passed the VOR there. No idea. So, let's hop out, we can have a look around. I'm not overly familiar with this area, but, you know, who knows where we are right now, but it don't half look pretty. I'm always amazed at how well... Ooh. That don't look right. That looks like there's a seam in the world there. I think that is where two satellite images are separated on Bing Maps. Yep, you can see right through. You can see right through the map there, can't you? It's that's not incredibly well thought out, is it? But I suppose if you're going to use mapping like that, you're going to get some weird glitches like that. Yeah, it looks like there's must be some sort of car park or something down there by the look of it. Let's hop back in and just make sure, yeah, we're starting to drift the other way off course now. Bring it round just a little bit. So somewhere down there should be an airfield according to our map. See if we can spot it. Nope. Past it maybe? Nope, cannot see an airfield at all. Probably a little grass strip that will be difficult to spot. Is that it over there? There's a change of scenery just there. Maybe that is it. Oh, it's behind us actually. It's probably too far away now to accurately find out. Okay, so doing about 150 knots, which is pretty good. And still cruising at 4,500. Now I'm just trying to think. So east, I think we should be on odd numbers, not even numbers. Here we go again. Right, got to contact approach.
Going to 123.3 Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike.
Okay,
Approach
contact
Cessna
approach.
Golf. Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike 4,500.
Fairly certain.
Cessna Golf, Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike, approach altimeter 29.9er, continue as planned.
Okay, well that will will my altimeter change automatically? 929er2. I cannot remember where the altimeter is on this aircraft. If I change this, does it change everything else? 29er, 9er2. Yeah, we're pretty much at the right. Well, we are there. Look, it's right there. So yeah, we are good. So yeah, I think actually because I'm going sort of partially eastward, I'm supposed to be at an odd. So if I'm doing VFR, I have to be 500. So between. So IFR does the thousands, and then VFR goes between the 500s. So I think if I'm going eastbound, I'm supposed to be on odd numbers. So in other words, I should either drop to 3,500 or up it to 5,500. Let's drop to 3,500. I could have had this the wrong way. It might be. So 3,500. Go to vertical speed mode. Out there, we'll start dropping it down. Let's close this out of the way again. If I remember correct, that's right. If I was going into FatSim, I would definitely be double checking this. But seeing as I'm not on this occasion, and we're now starting to creep into overspeeding, so let's pull that back a notch. Of course, going down, gravity's taking its hold on us. It should, as long as the autopilot works properly in this circumstance, it should bring us back to steady at 3,500. Yeah, there you go. Jobs are good. Oh look, there's another seam in the map. Really not having a good flight with this, are we? One over there, another one here, so it's, yeah. It's not something I've seen very much of actually. I don't think I've seen it at all before. I think this is the first time I've noticed it. That's not to say it wasn't there previously, but very odd. So my plan, I think, will be to do the rest of this tour. Now, I don't know whether to carry on doing the tour as is and doing video after video each time. It'll probably be about one a month, or whether to do this as live stream. So let me know which you think would be best and what you'd prefer to watch, I suppose. Because I can sort of interact with you a little bit if it's on a live stream, and that would obviously add to a little bit of what we're doing here, and might make patchwork a little bit more interesting. Because let's face it, that's kind of all we're looking at the moment. Patchwork and badly placed seams in the world, which you can see from a mile away. Oof, do not like that. Another airport down there. We should probably actually not be flying straight into it. Let's give it a bit of that. And we're trying to avoid their airspace slightly. I think we'd pretty much be in a pattern here, but we're not low enough to be actually in the traffic pattern itself, so should be okay. So which one is this? WTZ. That doesn't sound like an airport code. Oh, EGU W or V? EGUV, which is that's an RAF Forney Island Airport. Doesn't seem to be on an island though, does it? There you go, RAF base. So yeah, definitely want to steer clear of their land. To be fair, it looks like we're going to start joining back up with our plotted route anyway. I think should be another airport over to this side. There it is, look, just there. And that one is EGYB, which is, I don't actually know what that is. Nope, still have no idea. Can't seem to get that one. Let me know in the comments down below if you know what EGYB, which airport that is. So there's a motorway down there. So from that might actually figure out where we are. Motorway or dual carriageway? Could be just a dual carriageway, couldn't it? Potentially then. Potentially the A131, not overly sure. Or we might even be further up than that. Be the A14. Not too sure, but we'll right, long time since I've flown this, so let's have a look. Can we see range? No, I don't want to zoom in, I want to zoom out. Look at that. We are closer to our destination than we are where we left. So, not strictly speaking on course, but that might not be a bad bad thing because we can then come in that way, although if I would imagine we'll probably land that way. We will see what ATC wants to give us when we get there. So in which case, let's bring it back round just a tad, just a smidgen. Let's look over there. Oh look, another seam. Seams! Oh, I just have to take a screenshot of that. There we go, let's take a screenshot like that. That may well become our thumbnail, who knows. Is this something that everyone else has experienced, or is this just unique to me? Because this isn't something I've experienced before. It's kind of immersion breaking, isn't it? Not sure I like that. I mean, it adds a little humorous sort of exercise to the flight, I suppose, but we could follow the seam and see where it goes, but let's not do that today. Right. Who am I actually onto at the moment? Just approach. Whose approach? Let's find an airport on the second channel and see if it's on there. Norfolk Gliders Club. That's sort of the right direction. Airport's further from me. Further from me, please. Norwich. There it is.
Norwich Airport information Yankee 1100 Zulu. Line 269er entry. Visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew point 1 tree. Altimeter 29.902. ILS runway 27 in use.
Okay.
Landing and departing runway 27. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Yankee. Norwich Airport information Zulu 1100 Zulu.
Okay. Right, we have that then. So we are landing on 27. So we're kind of landing, so we're going to have to go round the airport and then back on ourselves. Okay. That was a very American voice, wasn't it, for a British airport? Yeah, we're going to have to come round here, and I think it's sort of this direction then. Well, that direction. We will see when we get there, but yeah. Staying off course here might not be the worst idea in the world. I do like these liveries. Whoever it is at Fly UK that makes these liveries does a fantastic job. Absolutely stunning. Okay. Right, let's leave it roughly there, and then we can see when we're coming toward the airport. EGGF, is it? EGOF. Interestingly, I can find AGOF. Nope, cannot find EGOF either. Interesting. I mean, EG48 is unlikely to be findable, because I don't think that's the sort of code that we'd generally use. Hey, never seen. Look at that, that town like crosses over the sea. To be fair, it's probably less a town and more a village. Maybe a little beyond a village. God, that's awful. That the airport up ahead? Might well be. Right, let's start slowing her down just a notch. Do without that in the way. Whoa. Bring that back slightly. Yeah, so we're pretty much coming in now. So let's contact tower. And we want to request a full stop
Norwich
landing.
Tower, Cessna Golf. Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike is 10 miles south, 3,500 feet with Zulu to land.
Cessna Golf. Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike Norwich Tower. Altimeter 29.992 phoneme alphabet equals X Microsoft UPSPH equals WIHND wind/phoneme 269 entry. Fly left downwind runway 27.
Okay, so we need to fly left downwind. So let's keep an eye out.
Fly left traffic runway 27 Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike.
Okay, so when we see the airport, what we need to do is position ourselves left downwind. Now, something else we might want to do is come down to enter that pattern at 1,500 feet. Vertical speed mode, please. We will make a slow descent. Cannot see the airport. Well, there's Norwich anyway. No idea where the airport is in relation to Norwich, however. Okay, so you've got this waterway here. And then Is that it? That could be it there. No, it's not it, because it should be over that direction slightly. Okay, what we will do is we will head, there we go, head directly for the airport. I'll be able to see it, and then we'll be able to enter the...
Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike phoneme alphabet equals X Microsoft UPSPH equals WIHND wind/phoneme 269er entry. Cleared to land runway 27.
Okay, well I'm cleared to land wherever the airport is. Still further that way. Is that it?
Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike, did you copy?
Yeah, I copied. I can...
Cleared to land runway 27 Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike.
Okay. I think that is it. 27 is there. Okay, let's disengage autopilot at this point. Close that down. Right, want to bring it down. Bring the speed down as well. I'm way too high. Let's pull the power right back. And it should. Right. Right, there we go. Got some flaps going now. Yeah, way too high. Way too high. Might have to do a go around here. I don't know. Might make this. Being blown around a little. Sort of crabbing it slightly. Okay, I kind of missed the mark where I'd want to land. And now I'm floating, that's not good. Come on. Right, let's see if we can taxi this side, or this end, a little better than we could the other end.
Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike, exit runway when able.
Okay, we'll do. Right, let's slow it down just a tad. Doesn't seem like anyone else wants to land, so don't need to be too hasty with this.
Contact ground on 124.255.
Okay, right. Contact ground.
124.255 Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike. Norwich ground Cessna Golf.
Norwich.
Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike taxi to parking.
Should really stop there.
Uniform Zulu Hotel Mike taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Delta Alpha.
Okay, that's not actually that helpful because this doesn't seem to have...
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Delta Alpha Cessna Zulu Hotel Mike.
Okay, so I'm on Delta, need to find Alpha. Not overly familiar with the airport. Really should have a chart for this, but I didn't come prepared. Oh, for goodness sake. Are you... what are you doing? I have a feeling this is... there we go, there's this Alpha. No, we're still on Delta, so Alpha is that way. Ah, I see where I'm supposed to be stopping now. Okay. Have the trolley ready for me, isn't that nice of them? It does not look very general aviation to me though. But there you go. Oh. Where'd the parking brake go? There. Right. There we go, and we are here. So let's bring engine condition off. Well, I should have already done that. That to off. Make sure that is definitely sitting at idle. And switch all of these off. And there you go. There you have it. There's a flight complete. I hope you've enjoyed this video and this flight. If you have, give us a like down below and consider subscribing so that you know when the next part of this trip occurs. See you next time.